Welcome, folks, to downtown Atlanta and Mercedes-Benz Stadium, site of this year's Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl and, of course, part of the college football playoff. It's time now for the quarterfinals, for the top four seeds, a time to begin their quest toward the national championship. But they run into a battle-tested team already coming off one playoff victory, trying to shock the world here today and make the semifinals. As we'll see, the number 10 seed in this playoff, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on the number 2 seed in the playoff, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. Only one team here can keep their championship dreams alive. Kickoff team out there. We're ready to rumble for this college football playoff game. Returner looking to create better field position. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. First down here for this offense. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Play action here on first down. Rolling to his left outside the pocket. Tight end makes the grab.
Well, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Getting set. Here's second down. Takes the handoff and tests the left side. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
You need a yard here in third down to keep this opening drive going. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Brought down at the 28, and it's good enough for a first down.
Boy, with all this build-up and hype of this playoff game, this defense has got to do a better job at the line of scrimmage. That's another first down. They had their chance there on third down, but they do not want this to become an ongoing trend against this offense. They're just too good.
The Gators getting set on 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 37.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think they're going to run, maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Fighting off the tackler. He's marked out of bounds after an excellent game, but there is a flag on the field. This one might be coming back. Important second down play coming up. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. But the gain is just 1 yard. Sets up a 3rd and 9 now.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
So it's 3rd and long from the 29. Defense figures to bring pressure here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Fires it to the wide out. He's got it for a big gain. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Oh, the defense. They get this offense to a 3rd down early in the game, a chance to get him off the field, but instead this quarterback shows you why they've had such a great year with a conversion.
And the Gators are moving quickly down the field. They're going to run it. Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Second down after that previous play. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. And they wrap him up after the completion, just short of the first down marker. It's the tight end flexed out into the slot, looking for a matchup there, Kirk.
Well, it is a matchup because he has the size where he's very difficult to be able to match up for his safety, and he's got the speed to be able to outrun a linebacker. That's why they like to flex him out like that and be able to pick up nice big gains like this.
The 8th play of this opening drive, it's 3rd and short. They make the first down, brought down to the 31.
That's how you keep the opening drive alive right there. Good, hard, tough running to be able to pick up that first down on the 3rd down conversion.
Here's a 1st and 10 play. Give it to the back again. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. And the tight end goes in motion before the snap. A handoff to the back. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see as an offense to open up a football game. Everything seems to be working, whether they're running the football, as we saw right there, able to protect, throw the football with timing and rhythm, everything on full display for this offense to let this defense know they could be in for a long day.
Pre-snap motion from the receiver. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. He's got some room. Can he get there? And he will score. Touchdown, Gators. You come out in the playoff game, Kirk, no signs of rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate, and they actually just the rhythm to the offense, but they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
Point after, up and good. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. We'll call for the fair catch here. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Finds an open target on the left side. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
Well, they don't pick up the first down here, but if you can use the quick passing game to stay ahead of the chains, it definitely helps your offense. And if that defense starts to creep up and take that away, that's when you can take a shot downfield.
Defense will make the stop, what will probably be the final play of this opening quarter.
Kansas State 0.
A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Crossing the 40. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Finally goes out of bounds after gobbling up big yardage on that run.
I really love the way more and more offenses are using the receiver in motion pre-snap. Give him a chance to get the football with a couple of blockers in front of him. He's got all that speed built up. You get the ball in his hands, and you better look out. He could be off to the races.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? And the single back takes the handoff. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Takes the handoff again. Stopped short of the marker after just a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
So now it's third and short from the 23. Potential four-down territory. Let's see what the third down call is. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. He'll make the first down in that scramble. That's a tough one for this defense to give up.
Well, this is how you keep a drive alive. You know, it doesn't always show up in the stat sheet the next day, but when you look at this quarterback, you want to get caught up in his passing numbers. These are the plays that I love. He picks up the first down and keeps this drive alive.
This Kansas State offense is quickly moving down the field. Receiver makes the catch. Touchdown, Wildcats. This quarterback on fire today.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. When he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
And the PAT is good. And with that extra point, we're all tied up now in the second quarter. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. He's going to return it from near the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Gators offense retakes the field. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved them right down the field. And the defense make adjustments. Moves the ball across the 20 to the 22.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
A gain makes it second and medium. And he'll set up to throw. He finds the running back in the flat. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
Fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Second down here. Time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. The clock has stopped. We've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. Here's the second down play. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. He escapes the sack. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. That's their first timeout. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back. We're going to throw for the first down. He's going to pull it down and run. And they get him down, but that's a solid gain there to move the sticks using his feet.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
The Gators with 1st and 10 here. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Solid run. Tackled at the 45-yard line. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. They'll change the pre-snap look now. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Gets made on the out route. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Hey, they get some positive yards here. But just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, I kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
Third down play now, trying to keep this impressive drive going. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And now the defense will call a timeout here. There's something they didn't like about that look, and they'll make an adjustment before this important play. The offense will go for it on this 4th down near midfield. And the wideout goes in motion. They're going to run the option. The back's got it on the pitch. Fighting off the defender. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
I can't believe the call here by this offense. A lot of teams, they're not going to keep it on the ground in this situation. 4th and 1, 4th and inches is one thing. But they needed more than that here. And they line up and hit this defense right in the mouth and pick up a first down. Give a lot of credit to the big boys up front for making that happen. And you talk about a confidence booster going forward.
Quick throw to his receiver. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Going the other way. Can they catch him? Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Really nice job of mixing up the looks here by this defense. Sometimes man, sometimes zone. They fool the quarterback here completely, and he throws the pick.
And the Wildcats offense back out on the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. Tackle made after the completion. They'll crank up the tempo here on second down. The time is running out. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Makes the catch downfield. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain. So it's a first down here. The clock is stopped temporarily, but they'll get to the line quickly. And the quarterback keeps it here. The gain is 3 yards. Brings up a second down and 7. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Looking to pass here on second down. Slides down to avoid the tackle. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays before halftime. Time ticking away. Time for just 1 more play before halftime. And the quarterback dropping back. Sails it way high out of the end zone and incomplete. So just before halftime here, out comes the field goal unit. So it'll be a chip shot from the right hash mark. Knocks that one right down the middle. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Gators will kick this away to begin the second half. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. Okay, the K-State offense is back out on the field now. They start the drive with a good throw to the right. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
And looking to throw now on first down. And they get the completion. And he's shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the first down marker.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Pass caught, second down now. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Running back has it on the screen now. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
Screen plays are risky because the defense can get to the quarterback and it also can be covered. Many times, the quarterback just throws it away. Here they get some positive yards.
Offense looking to keep the drive going here. 3rd and short now from the 44. Back to throw again. And he dumps it off to the tight end. Tackled across midfield at the 48. Good enough for a first down.
Well, this is called settling down in his own defense, just kind of finding that soft spot. So not only does this tight end show that he's got great athletic ability and great size, here he shows that he understands coverage by sitting down in that hole, giving the quarterback a nice target, able to pick up that first down.
The Wildcats will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. Back's got it again. They stop him, but it's a first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down.
This is the one thing I love about this running back is his ability to get involved in the pass game. Runs a great route, just doesn't come down with a catch.
Offense lines up. This is the 7th play now in this drive. Looks right for a quick completion. He is a load to bring down. Finally, a strong tackle by the cornerback gets him.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Looks to the left. Pass caught. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
That's a great feeling when your quarterback can make a throw that keeps the drive alive. Not as good as a touchdown, but it's a lot better than having to trot over to the sideline waiting for your turn to get another chance.
Fights through a tackle. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
He's moving out of the pocket. The defense gets him, but it's a first down. Shows you how dangerous he can be scrambling.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first and keep this drive moving.
And the Wildcats looking to cap the drive here. It's 1st and goal. 1st and goal, they'll try to run it in. Couldn't quite get there, brought down at the 2. It's a 2nd and goal play for the offense. Defense showing blitz here. On 2nd and goal, they hand it to him again. Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1.
Well, they came very close to punching that one in, and now 3rd down and goal. And if I'm the OC, I challenge my offensive line in that back. I just slam it right back into that A-gap and try to overpower that defensive front.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. They'll try to run this one in. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. They'll keep the kicking team on the sideline, try to extend the lead here with a touchdown on 4th and goal. Here's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. It's an option look. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State.
Well, we've watched this guy all year, and we know that he is a threat when they get down inside that 5-yard line. It's 4th down and goal. The defense just did not anticipate that this guy's legs could hurt him, and they did for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good. A double-digit lead now here in the 4th quarter. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And here's the return from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 17.
The 17
Coverage team. And the Florida offense retakes the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Grab down the middle. It's Perkins. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain in that play. And the Gators come to the line in a hurry-up.
Hey, you're down by a couple possessions late in the game. That's exactly how you want to start this drive. Let's see what they can do with it after that nice game.
1st and 10 now for the offense.
I'd really like this call by this offense on 2nd and short. Looking to maybe take a shot downfield. Nobody is open, so instead, he's able to just tuck it, run, and pick up a nice 1st down.
That's incomplete. Even on a 1st down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure.
Well, sometimes an answer for an offensive coordinator against a good pass rush is to move the launching point, move the quarterback from one spot to another to affect the rhythm of the pass rush. That's not having any kind of impact at all on this defense. They're getting after this quarterback no matter where he is. They do a good job of it right here.
That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. And now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. They come to the line, a long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. And he cannot escape the defense with a sack.
Now, the offense tried to go play action there, but how about the big man in the middle? This defensive tackle showing you he's athletic as well. Gets to the quarterback, comes up with a big sack.
Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field, trying to chip away at this lead. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. And the back now goes in motion. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit.
Kansas State.
The offense stays on the field, down multiple possessions. Easy choice. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. That's a bullet pass to the left side. Oh, and it's incomplete, and the drive ends right there.
Well, down late in this football game by more than a possession, they obviously had to go for this. They just couldn't come up with the execution.
And the Kansas State offense is back out on the field. Pre-snap motion from the offense. That wasn't alert enough. Didn't get the play off. That'll cost him 5 yards. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll use that running game trying to bleed the clock here. Going to try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
Chris, overall, it's been a tough day for this offense, but especially for this running back. Just not able to find any kind of traction at all. And it's made this offense somewhat one-dimensional, and a large reason they're trailing in the fourth quarter.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior. And a nice drive going here, but now it's third down and long.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. There's contact on the throw. And it's intercepted on a desperation throw here. Not much on the return, tackled at the 17, but a big interception for this defense. And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. Past possession, they were stopped on fourth down, but it didn't cost them anything. And they put together something here. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. It's a solid gain, moves the ball out to the 28. The Gators come up to the line to crank the tempo up here. First down, looking to throw the ball. Launches downfield. Catch is made down the middle. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. The drive stays alive with that first down completion.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
First down sack, pushes the ball back. Second down coming up. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Quick completion to the tight end. Heads out of bounds as a short gain on the play.
Hey, positive yards here. Fourth quarter, trailing really close to the 2-minute mark here. But I love the fact he's able to get out of bounds, preserve that clock, and let's see if they can take some shots downfield to get points on the board.
Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. And he'll drop back here on third down. He's moving out of the pocket now. Using his legs on the scramble. They finally get him, but it's across midfield. Big gain to the 33. And that's the 2-minute warning here. This offense desperate to cut into this lead and then try to get the football back. The Gators will have first and 10 here.
Let's go.
They'll try to run it with the option. He'll pitch it. Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop it. They'll have to hurry now. Second down with the clock ticking. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Off play action. He's looking to throw. Trying to extend the play. Decides not to throw it and will take an enormous loss on this sack.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve as much clock as possible. Seventh play of the drive coming up, but it is third down and long. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. Always looking to throw. He pulls it in for a big gain. Defense able to stop him. It's fourth down now. Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field trying to chip away at this lead. And the offense will wisely spend a timeout after the play. Clock management's going to be very important here in the final minutes. So on fourth down, out trots the place kicker in a very big spot here. Kick is good. It gives the offense 3 points to show for that drive.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
And the receiving team has recovered. Looks like the hands team did its job. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. And the quarterback will take a knee. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games. But you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.